Hi, good morning, everybody, and welcome to my bathroom. So, I thought we would give a little attempt on a spring look. So, something a little light, little fun, little, easy to go to the office with. And I thought I'd teach you a couple of makeup hacks along the way. So, to get started, of course, I've already done my foundation. I've already done my camo concealer. So I actually tried a new trick this morning, and I actually think it kind of worked. Like, not perfectly, of course, but it actually worked pretty well. So, to you ladies out there that have a little bit of wrinklage happening under the eyes, I seen this online. I tried it. I thought, ooh, so basically what you do is you grab a nude colored either lip liner, eyeliner, whatever. Mine was a little bit dark, so I went, and of course I put a concealer over top just to blend it better. And basically you just put some in this eye area here, and it helps to blend out most of the wrinkles. Now, mine unfortunately are going to be there because I smile a lot, so I'm okay with mine. Um, that's the other thing, ladies. I mean, I love doing cosmetics and I love putting a face on in the day, and I'm sure we all do for many different reasons. Some of us because we like to go to the office, right? And some of us because we just like to feel better during the day, to be made up. I know that's kind of my reasoning behind it. Well, that and the fact that for many years I was a carpenter and a painter. And so, working in the trades, you often don't get the opportunity to do any sort of glammed up look. So, one of my hacks this morning that we're going to go with for eyeliner, and I did a very short video about it yesterday, just sort of quickly. And basically, it's you take some black eyeshadow, if you have some, which most of us for smoky eye effect do, and you put a little bit on a container of some sort, just somewhere where you can, mix it. And then you add a little bit of water, and you get your eyeshadow to turn to a liquid almost. Now, the intensity of what you want or your result will depend on how much water versus how much actual powder you use to mix. So if you want it a little darker, add a little more powder. If you want it a little lighter, add a little less. And I will actually just use some of my ready-made eyeliner. And as you can tell, it works great. So never be worried if you're in a pinch. I'm going to do both eyes. And yeah, because I didn't have a black eyeliner, I went with a quick make ready. And actually, it works out pretty well, ladies. It'll wear most of the day. You will definitely need makeup remover at the end of the day to remove it, although it isn't waterproof. So just a quick warning out there: don't cry, or if you do, be prepared for some Kleenex. Yeah, so there's our homemade liquid eyeliner, and it looks pretty good. So I think what I want to do is I want something really bright in the crook of my eye, and I want something maybe a little more orangey and flashy for the exterior. And maybe not so much as a smoke look, as maybe something blended with a bit of a tan at the end. Let's see what that's going to look like. And I'm not going to line the top of my lid at this point. And that's the other thing, ladies. Do you ever, and I just want to know for all you girlies out there, because I mean, we're trying another look today, but you girlies out there, does anybody go into their makeup in the morning with almost like a predestined plan? Like, this is what my look is going to be today, so this is what I'm going to do? Or do you guys like go on Pinterest for your inspiration? Or do you, yeah, how do you get your inspiration for makeup looks? Like, I know a lot of women have what we would consider a standard go to look, which is just a basic sort of everyday, this is what my makeup is gonna look like. And I think that's really cool too. I'm just gonna add a little bit of blue to the crooks because I like the sparkly blue. This sparkly blue, by the way, everybody, I got from Hard Candy. And so I thought I'd try their palette out. And actually, I'm surprised. Pleasantly so, but I'm surprised. Because I didn't expect that a palette that was this inexpensive. And I hate using the word cheap, everybody. And I don't know about how you all feel about that either. So let's just talk about that for a second. Like, we all know that there's got to be a difference in between the quote unquote cheap makeup, which to me, if someone said makeup was cheap, it would say that it was no good, like it's just cheap, right? And inexpensive just means that the price point isn't extremely high, or at least in my vocabulary, that's how I see it. And I don't know what you all out there, but is that how you guys sort of think of it as well? Like, do you have like, oh, like you would have your, of course, inexpensive makeup, but you wouldn't call it cheap, right? I have that too. I have inexpensive makeup, but then I've also had cheap makeup too, right? Ladies, have any of you ever been to Dollarama? I mean, I go in there quite a bit. Like, I do random shopping there. And I actually like Dollarama for a lot of reasons. And one of the main reasons I like Dollarama, I think next I'm going to go with the contour. Because I like a little bit of bronzer on the top of my eye. And also a little bit of the halo. So I'm using a Sephora Duo for my contour and highlight, and I do love this palette. It is not cheap, but it was inexpensive. And yeah. So yeah, back to the whole Dollarama thing. Have any of you actually ever been to Dollarama and seen that, like, the LA color line that's supposed to be there? I actually don't know how well that line works. Like, I've never actually attempted to use Dollarama makeup. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do at one point a full face of Dollarama makeup. What do you think? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Alrighty, so we got a little bit of highlight onto the eye, and now I'm going to go in with the contour. And yeah, so we're going to contour a little bit above the eye. So there, you get a little bit of contour on the eye, and it adds a little bit of a nice effect, really. Now, if you're like I am, and I mean, you don't have to, but I like doing this, and it actually adds a bit of a warmth. So I take my finger into my bronzer, and I just very gently rub it to the portion of the cheek, blend it in with my finger to give my face a little bit of extra color. Especially this time of year. I mean, it's springtime. We're just starting to get out there. So I always feel like I'm just a little bit pale at this point. I don't know about all of you. Do you have that, I'm kind of feeling pale in the spring before the sun gets up. Although, in my, and I honestly have to say this, in my respect, I didn't necessarily, and I say necessarily, because it wasn't intentional. Like, my career, of course, was carpentry. I'm just using a little bit of my Maldives putty on my upper lid for hue, just to give it a little bit of a reddy sort of, like so. And you don't want to go overboard with it, or at least I don't. I just want it to give a bit of rosy color without it being overpowering. Because the next part we're going to go in is with the orange. I actually really like rustic orange. I don't know about you ladies. What is some of your favorite colors out there? I'd be interested to know. So, like, does everybody have like a go-to palette color? Like, I know some ladies, especially myself, if you have green eyes, you definitely like to look at the color wheel from time to time and figure out, you know, like which colors would best suit your eyes and which color would give you most pop and, you know, that sort of thing. I've always loved um, sort of the rustic oranges and the tans. You can do a lot with them actually for a nice look. So we're definitely gonna add orange. Now if you have a palette, mind you, I do this quite a bit. I will actually add concealer to my eyelids before I apply the makeup. And the reason I do that is to give my colors a little bit of extra something to grab onto. So if I want some severe pop out of some, and I mean sometimes you have to, right? Because like this is a Wet n Wild palette that I'm currently using for my rustic orange, and I'm using this color right here. And the one thing I've noticed about the Wet n Wild, although I haven't used this brand or product a lot, is that it can sometimes be a little lighter than you would necessarily want it to be. So now I'm going to go ahead and of course do the other. And now that both eyes are done, of course we have this lovely orange color. Now I really like this, but I kind of want to use it maybe as just a base color. So let's add to it. I have here Haus Labs Rose Gold, so Lady Gaga, and I don't use this very often. It's so pretty though. I love the color. So I'm actually going to use it today because I think it would go really nice over top of this rustic orange. And I'm just going to use one of these fellas here. I have like a bunch of these. And heads up, ladies, if any of you are out there and you are looking for brushes for your cosmetics, go to Dollarama. Go to the Dollar Tree. You don't have to spend $1,000 or whatever on brushes. You know, you can very easily go to Dollarama or the Dollar Tree. Oh, I like that. Actually gives really nice sheer over top. I think I'm just going to do the whole eye with this color. Oh, wow, yeah, I love that shine. You can definitely see the difference in between the two, right? Oh, beautiful. Oh, I love that. Yeah, see, so now it's nice and shimmery, and you've got the sort of tint on top, and you've got that beautiful rose gold on the lid. And actually, I think I know how I'm going to finish this up a little bit. I'm going to take some more of that rustic orange color that I really like, and we're going to just add a little bit under the eye. And just give your makeup that little bit of extra oomph. And yeah, it just sort of oh, I like that. So that is a way to get a really nice crisp, fresh look for spring. And I think to add a little bit to this, I am going to again take this rustic color to a degree, and I'm going to of course brush off my blender brush on my little makeup station here. And we're just going to take this and add it to, again, to that upper portion, just over top of the orange, or the sort of ready. There. And who said eye makeup has to take days and days to do? This is a nice simple spring look that I actually really like. And to go with it today, I think I will use my Rare Beauty mascara. This is a definite lash extending mascara, and I really do like it. Like for a more expensive brand, I'm gonna say that if you don't have a price point, Rare Beauty is definitely the way to go. And I'll just show you. This is the Rare Beauty mascara, which I actually really do like. And then, to give you an idea, to do a comparison, what I'll do is I'll use my e.l.f. Lash It Out Loud on the other eye. Because I know that this stuff, if you're a girly on a budget, will do the same for you that Rare Beauty will do. Like, look at this brush, y'all. Right? See? Really no difference. e.l.f. is amazing that way. That's one thing I have to say about e.l.f. is that they, at price point, they have fantastic products. And if you're using them correctly, then they will go for days for you. So now that we have our eye and everything, and of course we know that our cheek is going to be the Maldives in the e.l.f. Putty Blush. This is my favorite. This is like my daily go-to blush. It really is. I actually do have a camo liquid blush, which is, we all know it's trending, right? And I like it. Hyper pigmented, super pretty, but I just find this, I don't know why, to be a little bit more my speed. And do you ladies out there have a favorite go-to blush? Look at that color. See? And just a little bit over the bronzer, and it's like, yeah, totally amazing. So, yeah, it definitely gives your cheeks that little bit of an extra bump in the springtime. And blends in flawlessly. So now all we have to do is pick the lip. So let's see, we went with rose gold for the eyes and a nice sparkling punch out blue and a little bit of an under contour with the same orange. Let's do, ooh, I know. This is my Glow Revive lip oil from e.l.f. of course, and this is Honey Talks, and I actually really like this color. It's kind of sheer. Look at that applicator. And I'm just gonna put some on. Totally enhances the lips. See, not sticky or too much or too overdone. So if you're looking for a really nice lip oil or even lip gloss, I mean, ladies on a budget, e.l.f. will be your best friend, I promise you. I love e.l.f. I have everything from their primer, whether it be poreless or putty primer. I actually even have the new Power Grip primer. And I gotta tell you, ladies, like e.l.f. for price point will be your best friend. They have amazing products. You can try them. And even if you're not 100% on one of their products, trying it isn't going to break your bank. Like, you're not going to be upset if you go home with a $4 eye palette and be like, oh, I didn't really like color one. Well, you have 3 other colors in there that you did like, and it was a $4 eye palette. You know, so yeah, in terms of price point, definitely e.l.f. is your best friend if you're a girly on a budget. And I just love e.l.f. products. Not even that I'm on a budget, just that e.l.f. in itself is a good product. And yeah, so until next time, my girlies, this is my look for today, and it's fresh and clean and glowy. So if you're looking for that fresh, clean, glowy look, follow along with me and tune in again. Until next time, don't forget to hit subscribe and like. And to all my Winnipeg girlies out there, hi! And we'll talk to everybody again soon. Don't forget to drop a comment.